Hi everybody, it's RetroYuki playing as Happy Chat Data. Actually, never mind. It's RetroYuki giving you guys a little bit of a different VR chat video for you. Today, I am proud to present to you what the open beta looks like. So if you guys are not aware, a few days ago, VRChat updated with an open beta, and you can now access this open beta. And I'm going to show you guys what's new in this open beta and what we could use for this open beta in the VRChat open lobbies featuring our girl Happy Shadina as we get ready for the takeover. But first, let me show you how to access said open beta. So we go ahead and go to our Steam client. You're gonna notice this screen, and that is my screen. And you're gonna notice that VRChat open beta is running, and the way you do that is right click on your open beta, VRChat application here. You go to properties, and then you're going to see this property menu, which I'm going to show you guys right here. You want to go to betas, and then you want to click on this drop down menu. It's going to say none or open beta, open beta. You want to click the second one, open beta, open beta. And then press X, and then what's going to happen is that VRChat is going to what I call update. Now it's not saying update now because I'm already running it, but it's going to update for you open beta material. Okay, now if you do not want to do the open beta, go back to none, and it's going to revert back to normal. Okay, but I want to show you guys what we have for the open beta. In particular, we have a few things that we can play with I would like to present to you. So today, we're going to take a look at a few of those. And some of them will be used during our open lobbies with Happy Shadina. So it just so happens that I'm using Happy Shadina today. So you get ready to see a lot of her this week, starting tomorrow, Tuesday, August the 2nd. So speaking of that, let's go ahead and show you guys what's new. When you launch the VRChat in open beta, you're gonna see a new thing on the bottom right, and that is controls tab. That's because for camera control. I would like to present that to you now. If you go press tab when it's in open beta, I think because I changed it. Here we go. I'm gonna relaunch VRChat in open beta to show you guys how it looks like. So I'm gonna relaunch VRChat in the open beta mode to give you guys a look at how it's gonna look like when you do the new thing. So I'm gonna wait for it to go ahead. Okay, now I'm gonna replay. Now some of this is PC and Quest, some of this is PC only, and some of this is Quest only. So keep that in mind as we continue in this little showcase. Now for the sake of this tutorial, I am in red mode, or what they call do not disturb mode. I do not want anybody joining this lobby because it is just for me and you for tutorial purposes. Which is why I'm in red mode, and I always do red mode before the lobby begins anyway. So once we logged in here, we should be back in open beta. Sometimes mine takes a little while to load, but that's okay. So press go. Like normal, that's a normal thing that happens. You should see something else that should be popping up on the bottom right. In the next few seconds here, assuming that it wants to load properly. If not, then we're going to go over the controls. So it should be loading in just a moment. Sometimes load times can vary because of internet, of course. That is to be expected. There it is, controls tab. So if you got that, then you are correct with the open beta. I mean, not correct. You have the open beta correctly correctly in play. So before I do anything, I'm going to press settings. I'm going to hide my HUD, and then to make sure it's correct, I'm going to also go red. Okay, good, awesome. Okay, now you see Controls tab. Now this is new for this world, but we're not going to talk about that much. What I want to go over is the camera. So if we go to Controls tab, you're going to notice we have a few things on the board. First off, we have new keys to play with, and let's go ahead and present them. Toggle camera T is this. So now you get a different view of your character, as you can see here with toggle camera T. If you press T again, you're going back to your normal first person POV. And this is what you normally see during my open lobbies, normal. Okay, let's toggle camera again and press number 1 for primary view. Primary view is exactly what it sounds like. This is the primary view of your character. So you have space behind, in front, left, and right. So you have a like horizon adjust kind of thing here. Left, right, up, down, back, front, all that good stuff. Now let's go ahead and press number 2 for left shoulder. So we're going to see everything in Shadina's left shoulder. As in like left shoulder point of view, left side. Same thing if we press number 3, we're going to go right side. Right shoulder point of view here on Shadina. And then number 4 goes behind. So we're going to see everything in front and behind Shadina here. As you can see, I'm moving my camera and all that cool stuff, all that cool jazz. Now what I'm going to do next is we're going to go ahead and toggle roaming. And what this does is it locks the camera in place. So let's go ahead and press T again. I'm actually going to lock the camera on the stairs. Not this one, but the other one, the one I go for my mirror. And we're going to play with this. We might play with this with this week's open lobbies. So we're now going to head to, we're going to press T. And then we're going to press G. The G is a toggle roaming camera. And as you can see, when I move, the camera does not move. The camera is locked in that position when you press G. Okay, so as you can see, Shadina is walking up the stairs, or running up the stairs, I should say. But the camera never moves because I'm locking it with the G key. Okay, so this is actually cool. It is pretty cool. If we press G again, the camera goes back to movement. You can see that. You may have noticed another key, blending. Press B, toggle blending mode. And from what I tested out, it's supposed to blend with something. When you move the camera, you notice that if you go to an area where it's out of bounds or near a an object, the camera will technically go back to normal view until you move camera outside of that object. So you see this flower or plant pot here where Shadina is standing. If I move the camera to the right, there's a little bit. You're gonna notice I'm blending in with the camera. But if I can move back where Shadina is, then the camera is going back to where we put her in there. And then we're gonna disable blending now, and then we're gonna go ahead and disable, not disable, but we're gonna zoom in to Shadina. And the way we do that is the middle mouse button, or what they call mouse 2. So your middle mouse button or the scroll wheel allows you to zoom in on something. In this case, we are zooming in into Happy Shadina. Okay, so it is what you see when you zoom in to a character. This can be working with anything. And then let's combine that with the left shoulder view. So as you guys can see, I'm combining two things. The toggle zoom, because I'm zooming into Shadina, and then number two, left shoulder. So not only you're seeing whatever is on the left side of Shadina, you're also seeing me zoom in into Shadina at the same time. So you get two things at once. It is useful for those of you who like conversation when scripts, like Emerald Hunters project that we are working on. So let's say that, for example, we want a left shoulder view, and we want, let's say, a fight scene on the left shoulder view where Neko Francis could be knocked out on the left shoulder. So the one using the camera, press number 2, and then, or whatever the button is on Quest, and then toggle zoom, pressing the middle mouse button or whatever the mouse button will be in Quest. They can zoom in on the left shoulder on Neko Francis when he's knocked out. This actually works to the advantage of the camera people, because they can really take immersion with scenes. So that is actually pretty cool. Not gonna cap. You know what I mean? You can also do this on the right. There you go. On the right side, if something is happening on the right, we can also lock the camera. Oops. We can lock the camera in place, so we can see what's going on, what's happening in that particular scene, in that particular spot. So let's say, for example, Shadina is not supposed to be where Neko Francis is. I can move Shadina back. We can see whatever they're doing in this scene, or like a scene of a Emerald Hunter, for example. And then when that scene is over, we cut the camera, we go back to G, and then we go back to normal here, toggle camera, all that cool stuff. In addition, you can do this for the regular view. So for the most part, it's only on the toggle camera part, unfortunately, not the regular first person. So this is actually pretty cool. Not gonna cap. And number 4, of course, is rear view. Now keep in mind, in rear view, you're only gonna see behind you. So make sure you guys understand that. If we press G again to lock it, you're gonna see that and all that good stuff. Everything from behind. Okay, now I love this camera feature, but there's a few more things that they added that I want to go over. So let's go ahead and toggle tab, and we'll go toggle main menu. So in the main menu, they actually added a few things that we talked about during our discussion with Bolts the Hedgehog and the rest of our buddies. Let's go ahead and talk about that. If we go ahead and go to the settings cog, or settings section of the quick menu, which is what they call this, you're going to notice a few new things that have just been added for this particular beta. So if we scroll down to here, you're going to notice avatar interactions, and you may have noticed that there are a few new things that have been added. Okay, so let's take a look at what we have. You may have noticed that we have a ask to portal thing. If you guys remember, that was one of the features, part of the thing here. What's going to happen is when you go to a portal, there's going to be a prompt asking you if you want to portal, or if you want to go to a world. If you left click, you say yes, then the world will do the normal loading. If you say no, then what's going to happen is you're going to stay in that world you are in. That is the idea. So we're going to enable that. I'm going to show you if we can do that. Then we have the new limit particles feature, which allows you to limit particles from different animations. It is useful for those of you who do not want to get crashed for the avatar. So if you do the one with the three dots, then you enable the particle system, the particle limiter. That's what they call it. Then they added something new for our friends of the privacy and security. We have two features: auto disable cloning, and we also have home access control. So home access control is a new feature that was just added for this beta. And the idea here is to allow you to control your home world. Now, by rule, the home world, if you're new to VRChat, is the VRChat hub. Here, because I use this for home world to get ready for my open lobbies, like the one in the next few days, this is my home world. But technically speaking, the characters like Neko Francis there, Neko Francis, Shadow, all that will have their own home world soon. So to control this, you have to go to settings, you go to privacy and security, go to here. So here we go, home access control. I'm gonna show you the icon. This one is invite, invite plus, friends only, friends plus, and public open lobby. So that's in order the control there. Okay. So that's what you want to do. Be very careful when it comes to this though. I would highly suggest to get to the envelope button, which is the invite only one, to make sure that nobody else interferes with your lobbies if you are doing that way. Okay. Next, I want to go ahead and try to explain the ask the portal. So let's go ahead and drop a portal. I'm just gonna drop a random portal. The one that we always go to, my friends, is the Sonic Apatows. That's our main hangout. So we're gonna do that. Actually, you know what? Let's have some fun. So we're gonna go ahead and make a new instance, and we're gonna make it invite only, and then we're going to drop the portal. So by rule, you're gonna see that we have a, I think we just saw an interactive feature. Because I'm the only one here, it's going to allow me the portal by rule. But let's just say that if it was a public lobby or something like that, then it's actually going to ask you if you guys want a portal. For the most part, you want to say yes. Now, because that is my only lobby, there's not an open one because of this tutorial, you're not going to get the prompt. Now, because this particular Shadina model does not usually have flashy animations, I cannot show you the particle limiter because of that fact. So if we did R, I think it would press letter R for the action button. Usually you get those emojis, and some avatars do have their own animations. If you have the flashy guys, the flashy ones, then the particle limiter will actually work. Because we only have the Shadina here, it won't work because of that idea. Now, I don't think it's gonna work for every world for the for the for the toggle camera. Let's see. It's still in beta, so I think that's what's going on here. But still, I think it's really cool to see that camera feature implemented. Now, they did say they were going to add a paste button. So the paste button will be using for like this. I don't think it's ready yet. That's gonna be the thing here. So what else did they add? The avatar interactions is when you want to have interactions with your avatar. So I don't think there's a new feature, but let's say that you want a head pat. If you want a head pat, you have to allow it using friends or everyone. If you're not in my friends list, you can head pat me, can, but it's not gonna show. Not actually gonna show. If you say everyone, then you can. But usually I keep this to friends only. Allow pause interactions is press play, and self interact is a yes. You can self interact with your own avatar. Placement is going to be main menu. Free main menu free placement is going to be enabled by default. Okay, that's how that works. QM is quick menu. What is this boy right here? So if we go back to the menu here, go ahead and go to the big boy menu here. So that is what you have here. Now you may have noticed this lock button, unlock portal unlocked. Okay, so that is also a new feature, but I believe this was already added. Settings, nothing changed. So I think we are good to go for this new beta update. So keep in mind that for the moment, I think toggle camera is only available for your home world. I want to actually test this out, if I'm right. Let me see if I'm correct on that before I make any official conclusion. Let's go ahead and go to. We're going to go back home. So we're going to go to worlds. And then we're going to go to worlds again. Let's go back home. Go back home. This one. Let's go back home. Let's see if we can go back home from here. I know the home world out. So go home here. Yes. We go back home. Whatever you selected your home world is. Let's see if I'm right that we cannot use a camera outside of the home world. Yeah, here's the controls. I think it's home world for now, but we'll see what happens in the future here. Yep, here's the camera. Here's the camera, number 2, and then all that good stuff. So I think it's home world only for now. Now, if you guys like it, we could spend the first 5 minutes. Or what I can do, I want to try something. I actually want to try this. Because we always hang out in Sonic Apatols, I'm gonna make this my new home world. And then we're gonna go, new instance, invite only, press go. Let's see if it actually lets me. Because I want to show you guys some of the views we could have for open lobbies. But I think what's gonna happen is they're gonna implement this feature for the camera in each world once the update comes. I want to remind you that it's open beta. Let me see if I'm right. Or I have to relaunch. Let me go ahead and go home again and press yes. This should be my new homeworld, if I'm right. Or if it's just unselected worlds. Because I think it's for selected worlds right now. Yeah, it's not even showing up for this one. But still, to know that we have different camera views now, that's pretty cool. Let me try one last thing. If gonna rejoin world here. I think it's for very specific worlds. Yeah, it's for specific worlds, but that's okay. All right. I think that's gonna do it for this tutorial, guys. If you guys enjoyed that, I mean this open beta, if you guys enjoyed that, hit that like and share and subscribe. If I'm gonna have a poll for you to see if you guys want to see an open lobby, one world only, where we can showcase the camera. Okay, this one lobby. You only get one lobby with this because I don't think it's ready for implementation yet. You only get one lobby where we can play with the camera. Okay, so this is pretty cool. I actually like this update. And that's it for now, guys. Make sure you guys check out the Shadina week for VRChat starting Tuesday, August 2nd, ending this Saturday. If we get to 1,000 subscribers before Saturday, I'm going to make a Sunday a special Shadina lobby for you. So we'll do that. But for now, we'll see you guys in a few hours for our Shadina Takeover Week, beginning at 5:15 p.m. Pacific Time, 8:45 p.m. Eastern. Enjoy, y'all.